A delightful evening to one and all. I am Meghavardhan from NAD VSP branch, here to make you all explore in a wonderful topic called Quadratic Expressions and Equations, Minimum and Maximum Value. First of all, what is a quadratic equation? A quadratic equation is an equation which is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a, b, c belong to real numbers and a not equals to 0. For quadratic equations, it is important for us to make a term not equals to 0. If the term becomes equals to 0, then the term ax square becomes 0, which means it is a linear equation but not a quadratic equation. Quadratic formula. So, when we solve the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, then we get x is equal to minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a, which means they are the they are the roots of the given equation, so that when we present on the graph sheet, it forms a parabola. A parabola is set of points on the plane with the equidistance through the horizon, or we can also say a parabola is a U-shaped line across the symmetrical line, so that when you draw a line perpendicular to it, it forms a mirror image. Vertex point. What is a vertex point? A vertex point is a point where the parabola changes its direction, or the lowest point of the parabola is called the vertex point. Here if you see, this is the vertex point of the parabola. So, in the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, the term ax square decides the parabola opens upward or downward. If a is greater than 0, then the parabola opens upward with a minimum value. If the parabola opens downwards with a maximum value. Discriminant. So, when we solve the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, then we get minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. In that, discriminant is equals to b square minus 4ac by 2a. If discriminant, that is delta, is greater than 0, then we are going to get two roots, and even the graph touches the x-axis at two distant places. If a is equal to 0 or the discriminant is equal to 0, then the parabola touches the x-axis at one place. If a is less than 0 or the discriminant is negative, which means the parabola does not touch the x-axis anywhere, which means we are not going to get any roots. So, here if you see, the delta, that is discriminant, is greater than 0. So, the parabola touched the x-axis at two distant places. Here if you see, the delta is equals to 0. So, the parabola touched the x-axis only once. Here the delta is negative, which means lesser than 0. So, the parabola did not touch the x-axis anywhere. So, coming to the crucial and important topic of quadratic equations and expressions, that is minimum and maximum value. As we all know, if a is greater than 0, then the parabola opens upward. In this case, the maximum value would be infinite and the minimum value of the vertex would be minus b by 2a, and the minimum value would be x is equals to f of minus b by 2a. So, when we solve this, we would get 4ac minus b square by 2a, or minus delta by 2a. So, this is called the minimum value. Now, talking about the maximum, as we even know that a is lesser than 0, then the parabola opens downwards, which means in this case minimum value would be infinite and the maximum value would occur at the vertex point, that is minus b by 2a, and the minimum value would be f of minus b by 2a. When we solve, we would, for this equation also, we would get 4ac minus b square by 2a, or minus d by 4a. So, here minus b by 2a is the place where we would get the minimum or the maximum value of the given quadratic equation, and 4ac minus b square by 2a is the place where is the value of the minimum or maximum of the given quadratic equation. Thank you.